Hi, my name is Korede and I am a podcaster. This is Podcast Stories where I talk about my experience making podcasts. So far I have been talking about season 3 of I Am Change podcast. One of my absolute favorite episodes of the season was the one with Lawal. He was just dropping gem after gem after gem. This was another one of those episodes where we had to reschedule. By now, you should have figured that rescheduling is a big part of the process. This episode was actually the first one we recorded that season, and I think we recorded it around Eid time, just before the celebrations, I think. We had to reschedule because of sound issues. If I remember correctly, there was construction going on around his house, and I think there was a ram. Yeah, there was definitely a ram. But anyway, other than that, the only other problem was network. At this point, I had resorted to recording in my car because the network in my house was horrendous. But here's the thing, even though I was now recording outside, there was still parts of what Fuad was saying that were cut off because the network was so poor. On top of that, recording was somewhat uncomfortable because my car is so tiny and I had this mic on a mic stand, I had my laptop, and I had the Zoom recorder with wires, and of course, there was the noisy air conditioner that wasn't even working properly. However, the discomfort was totally worth it because the conversation was amazing. In fact, I think we talked for about an hour, but I had to cut it down to 25 minutes because that's the duration that we work with on the podcast. If you haven't listened to the episode, I mean, you absolutely have to. If there's anyone I recommend, it is definitely this one. Even though I recommend all the episodes, but you need to listen to this one. Just search for I Am Change podcast with Fuad Lawal on your podcast listening app. We are on SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and so on and so forth. We are everywhere. You can also check us out on Twitter and Instagram at I Am Change Pod, so you never miss an update. And when you listen, please, I want you to share your favorite quotes by Fuad in the comments. And I'm gonna leave you with a snippet from the conversation. Bye for now. See you on another episode of Podcast Stories with Korede.
You quickly realize that a lot of creativity is perspective. What's the difference between a random close-up photo and a good flat lay? They are both photos of the same food, but perspective gives it new life. And perspective is how people stand out. So now the creative process. First of all, it is brute force, very aggressive experiment. I believe in the concept of moving forward. X has 10 moving parts. One moving part works. You take that one moving part that works and push it forward to the next step, next experiment. Now you have do you understand? And
Yes.
it is slowly evolving and you just realize one day. That's how I think about. I think the internet makes it better because the internet forgives imperfection, right? I can go back and delete a tweet, right? When it's an actual newspaper or it's a film that people have to watch and you have to package and find, it starts to get tricky there. I believe in volume. I believe in experimenting with all kinds of things. Then when you find something that works, you keep it.